Hello students, this is week 4 under this topic business topics and literature. This week is going to cover audience and how writing is somewhat shaped by who is going to be your audience. When you have when it comes to audience, you must know who the audience is. Knowing audience is very important. If it is in business sectors or in a real business as such, knowing customers or consumers is always important. So you must have the knowledge of the audience background, who the audience is gonna be for you. It's what is their socio-cultural background, what is their academic background, and so on. And also the demographics, who's gonna be your audience, whether male or female or both, what is their age group. Okay, that also determines how you're gonna write, or how you're gonna shape your those the elements shape your writing also. And after your audience, then also depending upon the audience, you also will decide which media you will use. Okay, whether it's social media or any print media and any other type of electronic media to convey the message. Okay, so these are very important things you need to know when it comes to audience. Similarly, when you know your audience, then the first thing that you need to know when it comes to writing is how to start, how to hook your audience. So interesting start is always important. So maybe you might want to give a little bit of clue and then just hang in there so the reader would like to know more. Or maybe you just might to start with the quotation, or maybe you might want to bring in some sort of interesting the information in place, so the reader would be even more interested in reading further. When it comes to, for example, like when it comes to real businesses, so sometimes we try to interest our consumers saying, hello, may I help you? Right? This is in the real business sector, but that does not apply to all kinds of writing again. So depending upon the types of writing, the different genres of writing, there might be different ways of interesting, making your, the introductions interesting to your audience, to your readers. And again, conversational, it's very interactive. So when the reader reads your writing, he or she should feel like you are talking to your audience, or you are reflecting on audience own personal experiences somewhat to some extent. Depending upon that, some authors tend to use the word you, the second person subject, second person pronoun you, so that using you might refer to the reader directly, and the reader feels like, oh, the person, the author, the writer is, or the text is directly talking to me. But again, this idea does not apply to all kinds of writing again. So depending upon the genres of writing and the field of business, it's different. And also the way, if you are in the store and you're trying to hook your the consumers or your customers, you might want to be very much familiar and conversational, make them feel good. And resolution, how you're going to end your writing when it is in business, then you might want to say thank you, you have a great day, right? So I'm just trying to make it the real business conversation, and then the writing in different genres, just both of them go parallelly. All right, so just that's what I'm trying my best to, so the parallelism between how the conversation works in business and how conversational writing works in different genres of writing. Okay, so when you are writing for the audience, when whether that is business writing or creative writing or academic writing, sorry, here I should have corrected, or excuse me, so business writing or creative writing or academic writing, you always need to know your audience. Okay, and clarity is important no matter what. If in business and it's a business communication, clarity is important. If it is any genre of writing, clarity is important. If your writing is not clear, no one's gonna read it. Okay, they are gonna lose the interest. And should be communicative. Sentence structures should be a variety of sentence structure, meaning some of them short sentences, some of them a little bit longer, but again, that should not be too long, because long sentences are kind of not clear in themselves, and also that might they might give the reader a hard time, right? And then grammar is always important. You must have your grammar correct and very precise. and how to use subject verb. You need to know about the subject verb agreement. The proper phrase, idioms, avoid cliches, things like that. So these are the stuff that you need to know this week. And if you have knowledge of all these things, you really can craft, a wonderful writing. So on that note, I'm just gonna leave everything, just leave it all, everything whatever there with you. So there are a lot of readings posted to Georgia View. Just go read them, and if you have any questions, you can always let me know. But before that, I would like to remind you of your assignments this week. Talking about the assignments, here you have 3 different questions. The revision, I have given you a paragraph here, so go back to this paragraph, look at it, and then say how you would revise and make this paragraph better. If you don't want to revise, why you don't want to revise, just explain that. And then also, based on the readings, you will discuss the importance of the audience, why audience matter, why it is important. So go to the reading materials I posted and read them. And there's an evaluation paper you would submit as an assignment. So you'll evaluate a fictional or non-fictional work. That could be a novel or a newspaper or an article or a travelogue or a business book. You choose one, okay? You decide one. So in terms of its business success, right? Some of the books might have been the best, seller, right? A New York Times bestseller, right? So just look at that, why that might be a reason, what made that book a bestseller, okay? Discuss its writing styles, effectiveness of communication, who is the audience, right? So things like that. So those are 3 different assignments for this week. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.